I do forget that last night I ever had it.
It's older, but it's probably not those.
I don't know how it's possible that it's a sound system that's fucking exploding in their body.
Well, it's a rainy day today on Friday. It stopped finally about 1 o'clock or so, like 1:30 now. Last night, the Ozark boys and a few of the others had a pretty wild time with a bonfire and bonging on drums and singing and pretty much slamming the covers on the garbage pails, keeping people pretty up at midnight or so, almost 1 o'clock, before they finally came back to bed. And then from that point on, for at least the next couple of hours, people will be playing with things in their packs or moving around and snoring before it finally got quiet. Pretty awful night. And anyway, it wasn't the greatest experience, but it wasn't the worst night of my life, that's for sure. Rupert Rufus went into town for a few hours this morning. Had some lunch, picked up a few things. He had a little plastic grocery bag, wasn't even half full. That plus his lunch, I think he spent $45. He said it's not a very good place to resupply, very expensive. He also reserved a room at the lodge for a Sunday night. I think it was $85 with tax for the two of us, and maybe we'll find one or two people who will go in with us. This is a two-bedroom, probably two queen bedroom type of thing. A two queen bed. Brings that Monday we'll be in town and be able to get to the post office and pick up our tent, and the weather should be good. And do a quick run through to set up one of the tents, make sure we know how, although I don't think I'd really need to. It's really not that complicated. And off we go. Until then, we have to struggle through. We did try to get back with the shelter that we were at last, or the hostel, but they're only booked up. We would have maybe stayed there Saturday night, because unfortunately, if you stay on the weekend at the lodge, the rooms go from something like $80 for a ThruHiker rate to like $125. It's just too much. Although depending on how bad you are feeling, that might be okay. Just too many zeros. Really getting sick of that. But rain seems to come. It rained today. It'll probably pick up again around dinner time. Rain through the night, and it's going to rain again tomorrow. But be colder. It's going to hit somewhere like maybe single digits Celsius. So it'll be cool. I have to put the sleeves on my pants and dig out my puffy jacket and be prepared for that. The day I will probably go into town myself and have some lunch, maybe pick up something from my food bag, because I am slowly eating into what I would have taken across the Smokies with me. One of the women who I came to the shelter today, seen her a few times, she said, "Oh, great Scott, looks like you're losing weight." Well, I guess it must be. She mentioned it. It's bound to happen. But I have had very little to eat today. I just had a lower bar and most of the bag of beef jerky. And I think I had a little pastry snack thing, like about half the size of a Pop-Tart. And water. I mean, I haven't eaten today, but then I haven't been doing any exercises. I'm just laying on the bed, laying on the cushion, listening to a few podcasts, which kind of get tiring after a while too. That's why I had to get up and go for a walk here to the dam, just to get up and move around. I remember camping like this once before, a long time ago, and somebody had some drowsy medication and stuff that they passed around so people could try to sleep through the day, because back then there wasn't, didn't have an iPod and that type of thing. It was a book or talk, and we were just bored. That's how it feels today. Anyway, I'm not looking forward to another day of this, but this is what it is, and hopefully when I get into that lodge I will immediately begin uploading and not stop until leaving the next day. So offload a bunch of stuff.
Training down there in Mississippi.
There you go.
So I'm like, okay, got two choices, left or right on a gravel road. So I choose to go left. And I go down about 5 miles to a 4 corners. Another gravel road crosses over. And there's a sign that says, Egypt. Now in Mississippi, it's cotton fields down there. Mm-hmm. So I'm looking around in every direction, for as far as I can see, cotton fields. There's not a house, a barn, an outhouse, a shed, or anything. So I have no idea what the population of Egypt, Mississippi is, but I can tell you it is BFE. And I have been to BFE.
Bumfuck Egypt. I think I really felt the most alone was at Antiguan Pass whenever I was on the Dalton going towards Dead Horse, Alaska.
Up in Alaska, yeah.
On the bike. You really feel alone. It's a 50-foot drop snowbank on this side and a 50-foot drop snowbank. If you mess up, and the bike is sliding all over the place because it feels like it's on a wet sponge because they put that calcium chloride crap down on the ground so that the 18-wheelers can smush it down and get up the hill or whatever. And I really felt alone, real alone, because if you go through either side, they'll never find you. You will be gone forever. And that is the most alone I've ever felt. But I really think his particular
area of the woods.
Well, Canada specifically has the most beautiful ride from Lake Louise all the way up that Icefield Parkway to Jasper. I think that is the most beautiful ride every turn is a freaking postcard. Yeah. Every turn. I mean, straight out of a storybook. It feels like you're in a storybook, riding your motorcycle. If you ever want to take a drive, do the Icefield Parkway in Alberta. I've been to
Dark storm coming this way, maybe. Really dark cloud. There's got to be like the 4th or 5th break today, where it went from downpour to sunny again.
Me, I know who I